Okay, this video is going to be about test taking tips. It's going to sound cheesy. It may sound like I am being playing daddy mode, I guess. But there's some basic things that can help you in taking the test. Now, understand, first and foremost, um, this NC final exam is not a measure of your intelligence, not in the least bit. It is simply a way to see how much have you learned, and what is sort of predetermined is that you are supposed to score a certain score. These are called predictor scores. And that's beyond really anything that you care about or that you should be concerned with. But it's a way for us, the school, it's a way for the county, the Board of Education, it is a way for the state of North Carolina to see how much have you grown, how much have you have learned this semester in this course. Now for me, selfishly, I want you to know everything. I want you to take everything that we've learned, I want you to apply it later in life. Reality is, it may or may not actually affect you later in life. You may not actually quote unquote get it until maybe much later in life. But in reality, don't stress about this test. It's just another test. I know it counts as 1/4 of your grade. That's going to freak you out. I get it. Don't panic. If you've done relatively okay this semester, if you've maintained an A or a B, you're going to be okay in the end. If you have been more sort of middle of the road, you've been a C student, or you've sort of flirted with the D range, certainly I can see why you may be a little bit more concerned with your final exam grade. In reality, don't panic. There are 40 plus multiple choice questions. There are going to be 2 constructed response questions. We'll talk about that a little bit later here in just a second. But with multiple choice, the key thing is marking your test. Underline things, circle things, asterisk things, mark through things. Do whatever you can to focus on the key parts of the question and try to use key parts of the question to relate to an answer choice that makes sense. Don't second guess yourself. Go with your gut. If your instinct is the answer is B, go with B, move on. You've got plenty of time to take the test, so don't panic about your time. Certainly you do not want to spend 75% of the time on the multiple choice and only have 25% of the remainder of the time to work on the short answer questions. So you want to really pace yourself, but don't panic. You do have plenty of time. With the short answer, the constructive response questions, don't use pronouns. Stay away from pronouns. Use specific words. Do not restate the question as your answer. That's not going to get you points. You want to try to be as specific as you possibly can, and also, just write until you can't write anymore. Put pencil to paper and write, and make sure that you write on the lines that are provided. You cannot draw additional lines. You cannot write in the margins. You can only use the lines. So be very specific. And when it comes time to prepare for final exams in general, there are some basic things that can help you. Number 1, get some sleep. You do not want to stay up to 2 or 3 a.m. the day of an exam and expect to be focused during the exam. You need rest. I would say at minimum, I would say 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So put away the computer, put away the cell phone, turn off the TV, go to bed, get some rest. Make sure that you eat something that morning. If you're not normally someone who eats breakfast, eat something. A piece of fruit, a candy bar, a biscuit, whatever. Eat something, because you're going to be sitting in that testing room and your stomach's going to send a signal to your brain that you're hungry. and you're not going to be able to focus. Eat something, all right? Make sure that you're confident when you walk into the room. Don't walk into the room saying, I'm going to fail this, because if you do that, it's called the self-fulfilling prophecy. You will fail it, okay? But there's a difference between being confident and being arrogant. If you do nothing to prepare yourself for the final exam, then certainly you're not going to be prepared the day of the exam. You'll get your student folder. You'll get it the week before you take your final exam. You have a chance to look over tests if you want to, quizzes if you want to. Certainly the week before you take your exams, we'll be reviewing each day. Make sure you're there. Make sure you're paying attention. And make sure you're asking questions. But the key aspect is don't panic. Do your best. Whatever happens will happen. And there's nothing that you can do to change the outcome. But, if you can eliminate answer choices, if you can identify key terms that can help you, don't use pronouns when you're doing your written response, and certainly just, go in there with some confidence. Get some sleep, eat some breakfast, and don't second guess yourself. A lot of times when you second guess yourself, you end up changing the answer that was the correct answer. And just use the week before the final exams to really focus and prepare yourself for your final exams, not just for my class, but for your other classes as well. I am here for you during that week before exams, certainly to review. If you need to come back during homeroom that day of that week, or one of those days that week, certainly I'll be glad to work with you one-on-one. Use these videos. They may or may not help you. Look over the notes that I've already shared with you. I also shared with you some additional videos from people such as Keith Hughes. He's the one that does a lot of reviews, and of course the Crash Course series. So certainly take a look at all those things. Ask questions, be confident, and things will work out for the best, and things will work out the way that they should. If you're an A student, you'll be fine. If you're a B student, you'll be fine. If you're a C student, you'll be fine, but you need to make sure that you prepare. You need to make sure that you're ready. If you've been struggling all semester, certainly I would really urge you to come talk to me. Let's do some one-on-one. And certainly when we're reviewing during the week, ask questions, and don't be afraid to ask questions, even if you think that it's not a intelligent question or you feel that it's a dumb question. Remember, there's no such thing as a dumb question, just dumb answers and dumb people. All right? To be educated is to be dangerous. To be ignorant is to be easily controlled. Be dangerous. You'll do fine. And certainly, good luck on your exams.